Hello, 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 hello. Time zone appropriate greetings. Let's play some Dragon Age. Oh, I remember. I remember. Alright, let's go kill her.
Very. Perhaps. Do you take a lap?
Alright, so what did I do? I could, of course, start with that. That didn't work. Did she fucking interrupt me? Okay, I feel like last time that went better. Oh! Well, that works for me. No, I wanted to loot the shit. Wait, that cutscene feels like we skipped 2 hours of conversations.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training, once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things, should Eamon recover. I'm not sure how I will tell him of all this. Isolde is dead, yet her sacrifice saved their son. There is still the matter of Jowan. He performed the ritual and did not deceive us. In a way, he saved Connor's life even though he killed Isolde. I am unsure what to make of this. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. Was Eamon in the Fade because the poisoning was connected to the demon? Or was Eamon in the Fade because he is unconscious and, for lack of a better word, dreaming? Why do you want my opinion? You should be executed. I would like him released. I don't think it's your decision to make. Do whatever you want with him. I don't think it's your decision to make.
What do you mean? He is responsible for many of the problems here and is a Maleficar as well.
Oh. Oh shit, I was going for Eamon should decide. But he's the Circle of Magi's responsibility.
Perhaps you are correct. But that is Eamon's decision, not...
Yeah, literally, that's what I'm trying to tell you!
Stays in the dungeon for now.
Idiot.
But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him. As odd as it may seem, the quest Isolde sent the knights on may be our only hope. We must find the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
That is so dumb. Suppose you want me to help search for it?
If your business leads you elsewhere, I cannot hold you here. But I hope you want to restore Eamon as much as I.
Yeah.
Eamon funded the research of a Denerim scholar, a brother Genetivi. He has been trying to decipher the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock. When Eamon fell ill, Isolde sent her knights to Genetivi in the hopes that he had finally discovered the location of Andraste's final resting place. They were unable to find him. In desperation, Isolde sent others in search of the brother or some clue of the urn's location.
I would see if I can find this relic. What do I get for seeking out this urn? I have the Darkspawn to contend with. What will you be doing in the meantime? That sounds like a good question.
I must organize Eamon's knights as they return, draft new soldiers, and prepare the army to fight. I shall hand Redcliffe back to Eamon when he awakens, and in a state where it can be of some use in the coming war. Truly, what other choice do I have?
Well, does that mean they're already honoring the contract with the Grey Wardens? What do I get for seeking out this
I
urn?
have nothing to give you, except if we are fortunate, my brother and the armies he can muster. But for that, we need the urn. If you wish more, speak with him once he is revived.
Sure.
No one else can. Even if I wished to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Ooh, Morrigan has a level up. Makes sense. Flying Swarm. The shapeshifter's body explodes into a swarm of stinging insects that inflict nature damage on their foes, with the damage increased based on the cast's spell power and proximity. When this form, the caster gains Divide the Storm. Any damage the shapeshifter suffers is drawn from mana instead of health, but the caster regenerates no mana. Swirling cloud of insects immune to normal missiles has a very good chance of evading physical attacks, but is extremely vulnerable to fire. Interesting. Master Shapeshifter alters the forms of bear shape and spider shape, allowing the cast to become a bear, scan, and a corrupted spider, both considerably more powerful than their base forms. In those forms, the Shapeshifter also gains Overwhelm. Additionally, the Flying Swarm shape drains health from foes whenever the main swarm inflicts damage. She is level 11 now. That's bad, because that means I want this so I can get this. Right? Sphere of magical energy. Generates protective sheath that helps avoid incoming attacks, gaining bonus to defense. Staff focus. Ooh. Permanent bonus to damage from basic attack. Fuck, I need that. Mages gain a keen familiarity with the arcane arts, granting a permanent bonus to spell power. Oh my god, I should have done this. That's even better than this. Codex updated. Desire Demon. In all my studies, I must say that the most intriguing was my interview with the Desire Demon. That the creature was willing to speak with me was a sign that this was no mere monster mindlessly driven by its nature, but rather a rational being as interested in me as I was in it. It took a form that I would call female, though I had no doubt that it could appear otherwise. I wondered if it appeared as it did because I wanted it to, or because I expected it to. She... and indeed, I could only think of her as such now, smiled warmly at me and laughed a musical sound that seemed to thrill my old heart. So frightened was I of this creature's legendary abilities to twist the hearts of men, and so relieved was I when I looked across the table into her dark eyes. This was a fearsome creature of the Fate, but as I spoke with her, I slowly came to realize that this demon was merely as misunderstood as we mages are ourselves. From the journal of former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Ravane, declared apostate in 920 Dragon. Of all threats from beyond the veil, few are more insidious and deceptively deadly than the Desire Demon. In folklore, such demons are characterized as peddlers of lust, luring their prey into a sexual encounter only to be slain at the culmination. While a desire demon can indeed deal in pleasure, in truth, they deal with any manner of desire that humans can possess, wealth, power, and beauty to name a few. Far more intelligent than the bestial hunger and rage demons, and more ambitious than the demons of sloth, these dark spirits are among the most skilled at tempting mages into possession. Many who serve the whims of a desire demon never realize it. They are manipulated by illusions and deceit, if not outright mind control, although these demons are reluctant to resort to such crude measures. Instead, they seem to take great pleasure in corruption. The greater the deceit, the greater the victory. Only demons of pride prove more fearsome opponents when roused. Their abilities to affect the mind allow them to assume disguises and even alter the environment to their purposes, not to mention the great strength and speed they possess if they should have to resort to more physical means. Most often, a desire demon will attempt to bargain its way to freedom, if overpowered. Many stories exist that depict mages defeating desire demons to the point where a wish can be wrestled from them. It should be noted that in such stories, the demon always gets the upper hand, even when the mage thinks the wish has been granted. Duh. Corpse. To anyone who doubts the wickedness of blood magic, I say, with your own hands strike down the corpses of your own brothers who have fallen in battle to a Malefica. Then we may discuss morality. Knight Commander Benedictus in a letter to the Divine 546 Exalted. I was a bad decision to stream today because I have a bit of a cold and I don't really have a voice. Perhaps I should read those codex things another time. Obviously, I'm not going to. The Walking Dead are not, as the superstitious want to believe, the living come back for revenge. They are rather corpses possessed by demons. Wait, what? Oh. I thought my mic cut out, but it's my headset that decided to turn itself off. So my monitor was gone. What was I? The shambling corpse, controlled by demon and of sloth, causes its enemies to become weak and fatigued. Corpses possessed by rage demons go berserk and simply wade into their opponents mindlessly. Devouring corpses are held by hunger demons and feed upon the living. The more powerful demons rarely deign to possess a dead host. Rage demon. Encountered in the Fae, the true form of a rage demon is a frightening sight. A thing of pure fire, its body seemingly made of amorphous lava and its eyes to pinpricks of baleful light radiating from its core. The abilities of such a demon sent on the fire generates. It burns those who come near, and the most powerful of its kind are able to lash out with bolts of fire and even firestorms that can affect entire areas. Fortunately, even powerful rage demons are less intelligent than most other varieties. Their tactics are simple: attack an enemy on sight with as much force as possible until it perishes. Some rage demons carry over their heat-based abilities into possessed hosts, but otherwise the true form is mostly seen outside of the Fade when it's specifically summoned by a mage to do his bidding. Alright. Apostates. It's not uncommon for the neophyte to mistake apostates and Maleficarum as one and the same. Indeed, the chantry has gone to great lengths over the centuries to establish that this is so. The truth, however, is that while an apostate is often a Malefica, he need not be so. A Malefica is a mage who employs forbidden knowledge such as blood magic and the summoning of demons, whereas an apostate is merely any mage who does not fall under the auspices of the Circle of Magi and therefore the chantry. They are hunted by the Templars. Quite often, they will turn to forbidden knowledge in order to survive, but it would be a lie to say that all apostates begin that way. Certainly, apostates became such in one of two ways. They are either mages who have escaped from the Circle of Mages, who were never part of it to begin with. Wait, there's an or, I just didn't read it. Mages who have escaped from the circle, or mages who were never part of it to begin with. This latter category includes what we tend to refer to as hedge mages, those with magical ability out in the hinterlands who follow a different magical tradition than our own. Some of these hedge mages are not even aware of their nature. Undeveloped, their abilities can express themselves in a variety of ways, which the hedge mage might attribute to faith or will, or to another being entirely, depending on his nature. Some of these traditions are passed down from generations to generations, as with the so-called witches of the Chasant Wilders or the shamans of the ever-barbarians. No matter how a mage has become apostate, the chantry treats them alike. Templars begin a systematic hunt to bring the apostate to justice. In almost all cases, justice is execution. If there's some overriding reason the mage should live, the right of tranquility is employed instead. Whether we of the Circle of Magi believe the system fair is irrelevant, it is what it is. The tranquility thing was the lobotomy, right? Blood magic, the forbidden school of fish. Foul and corrupt are you who have taken my gift and turned it against my children. Transfigurations 1810. The ancient Tivites did not originally consider blood magic a school of its own. Rather, they saw it as a means to achieve greater power in any school of magic. The name, of course, refers to the fact that magic of this type uses life, specifically in the form of blood instead of mana. It was common practice at one time for a magister to keep a number of slaves on hand so that, should he undertake the working of a spell that was physically beyond his abilities, he could use the blood of his slaves to bolster the casting. That is fucked up. Over time, however, the Imperium discovered types of spells that could only be worked by blood. Although Lurium would allow a mage to send his conscious mind into the Fate, blood would allow him to find the sleeping minds of others, view their dreams, and even influence or dominate their thoughts. Just as treacherous, blood magic allows the veil to be opened completely so that demons may physically pass through it into our world. The rise of the Chant of Light and the subsequent fall of the Old Imperium has led to blood magic being all but stamped out, as it should be, for it poses nearly as great a danger to those who would practice it as to the world at large. From the Four Schools, a treatise by First Enchanter Josephus. Oh, that's a lot. Connor Garin, I feel like I'm sleeping, but guess I'm not. While most of the bands and Arls of Ferelden cart their children with them to the Landsmeet in the interest of eventually marrying them off, Connor has spent his entire life at Redcliffe, and it's hardly surprising the child possesses the gift of magic. By law, he should have been taken to the Circle of Magi at the first sign, abdicating his claim to Redcliffe. Instead, the boy was kept out of public view and his magic hushed up, with disastrous results. All mages are beacons that attract the attention of fate spirits. Because of this, they are trained and tested by the Circle to ensure that they can withstand attacks from malevolent fate creatures that seek entry into the waking world. Untrained Connor drew the attention of a powerful demon that tore the veil asunder. With aid from the Circle, he was freed from the demon's power. No, not with aid from the Circle. Connor will be sent to the Circle Tower, where he will no longer pose a danger to the innocent. Alessa Isolde. Yeah. She is someone staying behind. We had that part, right? When her only son began to show signs of possessing magic, Isolde tried to cover it up, knowing that he would be taken from her by the Circle if found out. She hired an apostate mage to tutor him in secret, little knowing that her tutor was being paid to poison her husband. Eamon fell ill and Connor, desperate, tried to use magic to save his father. Magic that attracted the attention of a demon. The Circle of Magi were finally called in, almost too late. No, they were not. That's a bug. Morrigan. Morrigan's critical eye is not reserved solely for others. Knowing or not, she has a simple fondness for jewelry and is very particular about her appearance. Interesting thing to put there. History of the Chantry, Chapter 2. When the prophet Andraste and her husband Mafarath arrived at the head of the barbarian horde, southern Tevinter was thrown into chaos. The Imperium had defended against invasions in the past, but now they stood without the protection of their gods, with their army in tatters and the country devastated by the blight. Many felt that the timing of the invasion was yet another of the Maker's miracles in Andraste's campaign to spread his divine word. Andraste was more than simply the wife of a warlord, after all. She was also the betrothed of the Maker. Enraptured by the melodic sound of her voice as she sang to the heavens for guidance, the Maker himself appeared to Andraste and proposed that she come with him, leaving behind the flawed world of humanity. In her wisdom, Andraste pleaded with the Maker to return to his people and create paradise in the world of men. The Maker agreed, but only if all of the world would turn away from the worship of false god and accept the Maker's divine commandments. What a cunt. Armed with the knowledge of the one true god, Andraste began the exalted march into the weakened Imperium. One of the Maker's commandments, that magic should serve man rather than rule over him, was as honey to the souls of the downtrodden of Tevinter, who lived under the summit of the Magisters. Word of Andraste's exalted march, of her miracles and military successes, spread far and wide. Those in the Imperium who felt that the old gods had abandoned them eagerly listened to the words of the Maker. Those throngs of restless citizens that destroyed temples now did so in the name of the Maker and his prophet Andraste. As Mafarath's armies conquered the land of southern Tevinter, so did Andraste's words conquer hearts. It is said that the Makers met in the world at the Battle of Valerian Fields, in which the forces of Mephareth challenged and defeated the greatest army Tevinter could muster. The southern reaches of the mighty Imperium now lay at the mercy of barbarians. Faith in the Maker, bolstered by such miracles, threatened to shake the foundations of the Imperium apart. Of course, the human heart is more powerful than the greatest weapon, and when wounded, it is capable of the blackest deeds. From Tales of the Destruction of Thetis by Brother Jenny TV, Chantry Scholar. Oh, Brother Jenny TV. That guy. Zoop. I guess we have not been to the upper floor yet. The First Blight, Chapter 2. People today, oh my god, that's long. People today have little concept of the consequences of the second sin. Oh, believe me when I say that when asked, pious, gentry-going folk will curse the use of foul magic, spitting and snapping their fingers. But none live today who actually remember the horror that was unleashed so very long ago. Whatever records may have existed, regrettably did not survive the chaos and ignorance that was to follow. We have only the tales of survivors handed down through the murky ages and the dogma of the chantry to instruct us, and that is precious little indeed. I believe I'm not understating when I say that the second sin unleashed the bane of all life upon Thetis. The Darkspawn are more virulent than the worst plague, a heartless force of nature that came into our world like an ill wind. We know from accounts of later blights, as these Darkspawn invasions came to be called, never has a more appropriate name existed, that the Darkspawn spread disease and famine wherever they tread. The earth itself is corrupted by their presence, the sky roiling with the black angry clouds. Or even angry black clouds. I do not exaggerate, my friends, when I say that a mass gathering of Darkspawn is an omen of dread cataclysm. It is said that those cursed magisters who became the first Darkspawn scratched at the very earth to find solace in the darkness of the dwarven deep roads, and there, in the shadows, they multiplied. Whether by intelligent design or by some last vestige of worship in their minds, they attempted to locate the old gods they had once served. They found what they sought. Dumat, first among the old gods, once known as the Dragon of Silence, before the Maker imprisoned him and all his brethren beneath the earth for the first sin, usurping the Maker's place in mankind's heart. The slumbering dragon awoke, freed from the Maker's prison by his twist followers, and became corrupted himself. Dumat was transformed into the first archdemon, his great and terrible power given will by a rotting, unholy mind. With the Darkspawn horde following, Dumat rose and took wing in the skies once again, bringing ruin to the world the Maker had created. The old god had become the eye of a dark storm that would ravage the entire world. From Tales of the Destruction of Thetis by Brother Jenny TV, Chantry Scholar. Skull. Skull. It's a skull. Ah.
Oh, there's so much to be cleaned up. I don't want to even think about what happened here.
I understand, I suppose.
I'm off.
Evelyn, Knight of Olay. Evelyn was born into an Orlesian farmer near the city of Hallam Shiral in the early half of the Storm Age. She was a large and ugly baby, and the father had hoped for a boy. Not wanting another mouth to feed, the farmer left Evelyn in the woods to die from exposure. Wait, we had that already. We read that already.
You're the one who saved me.
No, it's actually it was Morrigan.
Then I guess I owe her thanks. Father always said to remember to thank people who do nice things for you. I wish Mother were here. Nobody will tell me how she died. They say I'll find out when I'm older.
Oh boy.
I guess I have to go to the Circle of Magi now. To learn to be a proper mage.
Bunch of cowards all. Yeah, you'll find out when you're older.
What do you need?
Nothing.
Who's going?
Silver friend still alive. Still alive. Oh, gift for Stan. Eamon's shield? Don't you ever mind. That's just better.
And I'm off.
Fuck my life. Fuck me. Injury kit. Up to 3 injuries. Steel bracers. Steel bracers. It's generic, alright.
You're going.
Wait, where did I get that from? The fox's bow?
I'm off.
Don't mind me, I'm just stealing anything that's not nailed down. Stone dragon. Stone dragon statuette is for Alistair. Interesting.
Is that for me?
Yes, it is, bitch. You better work, bitch.
You're going.
Journal of the Twinkrill. Some laugh at me, I no longer mind. Yeah, because you don't have any fucking emotions anymore, right? Where was I? Once upon a time I studied as they did. I learned under the tutelage of an enchanter and attempted to master the art of bending magic to my will, and while I did well enough, I know that I struggled. I saw the way the enchanter looked at me, the sidelong glance of worry and disappointment. While other apprentices were conjuring fire, I could barely light a candle. I was frightened of magic. When I was a boy, my grandmother regaled me with tales of the terrible Flemeth, the witch of the wilds. She told me of the magisters and how their evil magic infected the world with the darkspawn. She told me of demons and how they were drawn to the dreams of those who possessed magic like moths to a flame. She told me all these things because, she said, the talent ran in our family's blood. And so it ran in mine. All my young life I had dreamed the thought, prayed to the Maker that I was not so cursed, but I knew otherwise. Deep in my heart I knew. When the Templars came to our home, I knew. The Mage's Tower was terrifying, full of secrets and danger. The Templars glared at me as if I could spring full into an abomination before their very eyes. My enchanter patiently attempted to teach me to marshal my willpower. My only defense should a demon attempt to enslave me, but it was no use. How many nights did I cry myself to sleep in that dark and lonely place? Then my harrowing came at last. My final test. Face a demon, they said, or submit to the right of tranquility. They would sever my connection to the fate, and thus I would never dream, and no demon could ever touch me. But I would also be unable to do magic, and I would never feel an emotion ever again. Facing the demon was certain death, so my choice was easy. It was not so painful. Well, you don't remember the pain, because you're not capable of emotions anymore. Now I serve in other ways. We tranquil manage to the archives. We run the tower. purchase the supplies and maintain the accounts. Our condition also allows us to use the magical element lyrium without ill effect, and thus we are the ones who enchant the magical items. We are the merchants who sell these items to those the circle permits, and the coin from those sales provides the circle's wealth. Thus we tranquil our vital. The young and old may stare at me, ill at ease, but they would be worse off without me. They may think me a failure, but there is no horror for me now. I feel no fear of what I am. The shadows are merely shadows, and I am content. Add in the meek, tranquil of the circle of magi of Starkhaven, the free marches. For this practice alone, the circle of magi should be razed to the ground. The Garons of Ferelden. A genealogical gifts for win. Alistair's mother's amulet.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I found it in Redcliffe Castle in the study.
Oh, the Arl's study? Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
You were his son. I don't know, but it's yours. Maybe he meant to give it back to you. Perhaps you mean more to him than you think.
I guess you could be right. We never really talked that much. And then the way I left... Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity. I'll need to talk to him about this if he recovers from his... When he recovers, that is. I wish I'd had this a long time ago. Did you remember me mentioning it? Wow.
Yes.
I'm more used to people not really listening when I go on about things.
You're a friend, of course I remembered. Sorry, did you say something? No, of course I remembered.
I don't know what to say. I'm honored. Thanks again.
The Elysian Empire. There are many lords and ladies in Val Royeaux, and I mean this literally. Once the system of noble titles in Olay was labyrinthine. There were barons and baronesses and barons and barons and baronets and sir barons and a horde of others, each with its own origins and its own nuances of comparison. The Elysian aristocracy is ancient and much given to competition. All the nobility play the grand game, as it is known, whether they wish to or not. It is a game of reputation and patronage, where moves are made with rumors and scandal as the chief weapon. No gentle game, this. More blood has been drawn as a result of the grand game than any war the Elysians have fought. Of this I am assured by almost every gentleman here. As far as titles went, everything changed with the coming of Emperor Dracon, who established the Elysian Empire as it exists now, and who created the Chantry. There is no more venerated figure in Olay. In Val Royeaux, the statue of Dracon stands as tall as the statue of Andraste. Dracon determined that the Grand Game was tearing Olay apart, so he abolished all titles besides his own and Lord and Lady. I am told, with some twittering amusement, that this action did not end the grand game as Dracon had intended. Now the lords and ladies collect unofficial titles rather than official ones, such as the exalted patron of Tess's Clay, or uncle to the champion of Trem. It is a headache to remember such titles, and one winces to think of the poor doorman at the bowls who must rattle them off as each guest enters the room. The aristocracy is different from Ferelden in other ways as well. The Orlesians' right to rule stems directly from the Maker. There exists neither the concept of rule by marriage nor the slightest notion of rebellion. If one is not noble, one aspires to be, or at the least aspires to be in the good graces of a noble, and is ever watching for a way to enter the patronage of those better placed in the grand game. And then there are the masks and the cosmetics. I have not seen so much paint since the kennels at Highever, but that is another story. From Beyond the Frostbacks by Ben Tirick of West Hill 920 Dragon. This is really going to be a short stream. I am more sick than I thought I was.
Yes.
Which is
All right.
very annoying, not gonna lie.
Keep going.
Small silver ring. Small silver ring. Generic. You know what? Ooh. She's getting there. Legacy white chair. Gifts for Ogren. Whatever. Give it to her.
Why, thank you so much.
I'm off.
Why, thank you so much.
Do 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 do. No, no, so much loot that I can't take.
Solve this demon business. Now we must either revive the Ark or allow Van Tegan to take his place.
Good. It's just coin. Courtyard. I guess we're done, right? Do 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 do.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility
Yes.
should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora.
Wow.
Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire.
Wow.
But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he not?
Never! Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now.
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Ah, that was not a no. And she is not stupid. Interesting. Oh, that's how we arrived the first time around. Interesting. Alright, I can just use the map to travel out of this. Andras's grace is hers again, right?
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
That totally didn't sound, you know, sarcastic or anything. Man, I've already, I once again forgot to install the inventory mod.
Maker's blessing to you. Greetings, my lord.
Thank the Maker, my brother. If it isn't the hero of the day. Right.
Nope, not the author keeper, and I think we're done now. I'm not sure what to do with these private documents.
The Darkspawn.
34 decks.
Attacked it the very next day.
The Darkspawn took Lothering, did they?
I don't know. I expect so.
I admit, for a while, I didn't think either of us would survive. It's good to see you did.
Weren't you going to run? I believe you made a promise.
You mean about helping me leave? I wouldn't hold you to that.
Oh, I made a promise.
You've already
Oops.
done so much for us.
Nonsense. I want to help.
What do you have in mind?
How about 100 silver? 500 silver should be enough. Bantigan's a good man. I bet he could use a mate. Why don't you come with me? Bantigan's a good man.
A maid in a noble house? It's better than slaving in a tavern, I suppose. Yes, that might be a good idea.
It's not such a bad life. Just tell Bantigan we sent you.
Thank you. I'll look for the Owl's brother and see about this. I appreciate your help.
Well, I won't
Oh,
longer until those monsters...
Morrigan disapproves. Alistair is fascinated by magic, even if as his life is defined by fighting its dark manifestations. He has a fondness for strange runestones and figurous studies of arcane creatures.
Be anyone fighting them now.
Skill acquired. Minor constitution. Meanwhile, Morrigan just keeps disapproving of anything and everything I do. Oh no. Oh no. Why you do this, game? Why you do this?
The deep dark before dawns.
Caravan down. Runner from border caravan brings word that they are only passing to infest territory. Brothers and sons. Darkspawn incursions in the south. Sure. Skin deep. Sure. I don't even read those, I just accept them.
First light seems eternal.
Oh. Oh. Oh, that's how this works. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna assume they don't expire. Salcher's Pass. Although the route is more treacherous than Gurnon's Pass to the north, Salcher's Path can shave more than 2 days travel off the journey to Orlace. That is the premium content thing, right? Urn of Sacred Ashes. Look at the Gentry Scholar Brother Genitivi in Denerim. Now that's interesting. It doesn't say anything about the required level. So, in the interest of going clockwise, I guess I'll have to go here next. Let's drop a proper save. Let's prop a dopper save.
Now we get our hands dirty. Is that all you've got? Well, I am your death. Back, Scarlet. Yes. Tear them apart. Another battle. I tried to be merciful. So be it. I see. Let us end this! Off me and you shall pay! You insist! You will learn to fear me!
I'm off.
Run while you can!
Another point!
Wipe them out!
Wow, so simple to see, really. All right.
Oh yeah, I should disarm all of them. That's free XP.
Keep going.
Case in point.
Yes. All right. I'm off.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people travelling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do?
Part of your problem.
Well, yes. Oh, it's been quite the month. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service.
The merchant out here.
I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you consider helping a fellow out?
Would you need help a fellow out? How do I look like me to help a fellow out? How?
Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could?
What does a control rod do?
The dwarf I brought it from said it activates and controls a golem. So long as you have it in your hand, the golem does what you say. Might be useful, no? I mean, you look like the sort who could use one, yes?
What's the catch?
The catch? Yeah, I suppose it is a catch, isn't it? The catch is that the golem didn't come with the rod. It's supposed to be down in a village down south, waiting to be activated. Even if I could get down there, which I can't, I understand the place has been overrun by darkspawn. That's not such an issue for adventurous types like yourself, surely? Or I'm hoping that's so, at least.
How much do you want for it?
Nothing. I just don't want to have to lug around something that might be taken for a gemstone by some bandit. To be honest, I don't even know if it'll be useful to you. I paid too much to simply throw it away.
How do you know this will even work?
The fellow I brought it from is a long-standing contact. He didn't want to come to Ferelden, however, with all our troubles. He said he got it from the man who owned this golem. But to be honest, I have no idea if it will work. Hence the low price. What do you say?
Sure.
Just as well. As I mentioned before, you'll find the golem down south, in a town called Honleith. I'll mark it here on your map. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works.
And if it doesn't?
Maybe you could look up the fellow who owned the golem before. If he's still about, that is. Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
A letter. Where's this rod? Wait, he just fucked off? I suppose I need the golem to get past here? Let's get back to camp first, question mark.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
You were there, you saw what happened. I don't want to discuss right now. I think it turned out quite well, don't you? What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
You let Lady Isolde sacrifice herself with blood magic. How could you do that?
It's her decision. You think I should have killed the little boy instead? It was her choice, Alice. I don't see the problem. You think I should have killed the little boy instead?
We could have gone to the Circle of Magi. We could have tried harder. We should have tried something that didn't involve blood magic. That's for sure.
Mate, you're angry at yourself, not at me.
What do you think he'll say when we revive him?
This was all for his benefit? Nah. He'll see that there were larger things at stake? Nah, I don't really care what he says. Maybe we shouldn't revive him then? Maybe you're right, I don't know. He'll see that there were larger things at stake.
I just don't know how you could do it. How you could make that decision. I owe the Arl more than this.
Cunning. So this is about you and him, not me at all. Persuade, I honestly did the best I could, Alistair. Decision had to be made, I made it. Deal with it, I don't really care. Nah, it's... So this is about you and him, and not me at all.
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. I suppose it's done, isn't it? And it'll have to be enough. Oh, why am I getting on your back about it? You did what you had to. It's just... all this death. Never mind. Let's just stop there before I do more than shove my foot in my mouth like an idiot.
Wait. What was that? Minus 14? Wow. Alright, alright. I had Stan gifts, right? Stan. Silver framed still alive. Boop.
I am impressed. My thanks.
Steel bracers. Generic.
Why, thank you so much.
Fancy scroll. Win. Dalish gloves, Zevran.
Gloves? You're giving me gloves? What for?
Thought you might like them?
I did not mean to sound ungrateful, it is just... Wait, these are Dalish, are they not? My mother was Dalish, and had a pair very similar to these. The leather was less thick, and it had more embroidery, but these are very close, and quite handsome.
You're welcome.
Do I seem surprised? Perhaps I am. Still, I appreciate the fact that you even thought of me. No one has simply given me a gift before. Thank you.
I leveled up. Interesting. Zevran has an affinity for the finer things in life. Hardly surprising, blah blah blah. Skill acquired. Minor dex, interesting. Level up, nice. Skyball. It's generic.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Golden Scythe. So for Ogren, which I don't have yet, Tribal Necklace, Silver Bracelet, Tribal Necklace, it's generic. Silver Bracelet is generic.
Interesting.
And I guess that's that. Several improved plus 12. Interesting, interesting.
I enjoy the nights at camp. The night always seems more peaceful to me. Safer.
Go on. Know what you mean. We're not safe at night. Be alert and we should be relatively safe. I know what you mean.
I feel the night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day. Silly, isn't it? The darkspawn never sleep, and they lurk in the shadows.
It's pretty silly, yes. It's not silly to seek moments to lay down your burdens. We're all entitled to a little silliness now and then.
I enjoy those nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time in those small hours. Well, I talk and you listen mostly. Sometimes I succumb and fall asleep and wake to find you still watchful. And I know you're watching.
Aww. Be poor leader if one of you died on my watch. You never have to feel afraid with me. That's what friends do, look out for each other. Would be nice if you stayed awake for a change. Never have to feel afraid with
What
me.
I'm trying to say is that I trust you. I'm comfortable around you. I know you'll be there when I need you. You are our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe we could be more than that.
Go
Look at
on.
me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am.
Don't change the subject. You're cute when you're embarrassed. We're more than friends. I thought it was obvious. Yes, go do that before you embarrass yourself further. You're cute when you're embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed because of the heat.
I've always wanted us to be more than just friends.
Really? No one told me. You felt the same way and didn't do me the courtesy of informing me?
Well, you didn't inform me either.
Why couldn't you have said them first? Oh, you... Oh, how very awkward.
You still like me, right? That's it, I'm a terrible person. I thought you were comfortable around me.
Well, yes, but don't question me. I am a woman and I reserve the right to be inconsistent. Oh, chivalry is so dead, making the lady spill her guts like that.
So I like you like me, that's subtle then. You spill guts, make me feel loved and accepted. Or kiss. Kiss. Oh, that took a while.
Well, that settles it then.
Yes, it does. Boop.
Yes?
I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Never mind.
Yes?
I'd like to discuss something
Here in camp,
personal.
So 'tis as good. Ah, such a romantic, I see.
And? Do you taste Liliana? Huh? Do you? Do you? Huh? Huh? I wonder how much it takes to make Severin smooch me.
and your friends are formidable folk, and I'm sure...
Fuck it.
You and your friends are formidable. I'm sure you'll...
Enchantment?
Huh, so only those two, eh? Oh well. Anyway, mission accomplished. We smooched Liliana. That's the main thing, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Indeed.
How did a child survive that? The crater is still smoking. It's a boy. 5 fingers, 5 toes. That's all that matters to me. The Maker has answered our prayers. Let's go home, Marta, and raise the Tyke as our own.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What exactly just happened?
Of course.
So she's 11. She's 11. He's 10. I'm 11. Interesting that Alistair's lagging behind. Village of Honlead. Oh, that looks inviting, doesn't it?
Here they come. It's your time to die!
Alright. I'm definitely not underleveled for this. Quite the contrary, you could say.
I am done with that one. Done.
That's one. Straight ahead.
Slay them all! Begin the onslaught! Oh, this another battle, I see! You will learn to fear me! Come and now we get our hands dirty! No mercy! Bluff! Stop your drooling and save some dignity! Run while you can!
Oh, look!
Delightful! You cannot win!
Yes!
Victorious!
Not bad! Not bad at all!
Alright. Guess we're not getting all of stress.
More foul darkspawn.
Hey! Sometimes begin the onslaught.
Too easy. It's your time to die. Run while you can. Now we get our hands dirty.
Begin the onslaught.
Oh, this will be good. Cross me and you shall pay. Let us end this. You will learn to fear me.
You crossed our hands.
Here comes trouble. Another battle. I am your death.
I'm
Fall. Victorious.
Yes.
Maker preserve us.
Fools. Another battle, I see.
Piss.
No mercy.
Only fools rush in.
What do you need?
I can help falling in love with you. Oh, that's the golem, eh?
All right.
A note from the Honleith Village Council. Mistress Matilda, the council has unanimously agreed to put you in charge of the decorations for Honleith's upcoming Harvest Festival. We all adored what you did with the village for the winter solstice. As usual, the statue must be adorned with items that capture the essence of the season. Iris kindly offered the use of her wide-brimmed straw hat with the berries and daisies and would love to see it on the statue. Farmer Goodman will also donate some of his baby pumpkins. We think a garland of small pumpkins and ribbons draped about the statue's shoulders would be lovely. Whatever you decide will be splendid, I'm sure, and we are all looking forward to it. Councilman Murray. Liliana takes care to honor the Lothering cloisters that took her in and keep symbols of Andras's blessings close to her heart. Interesting. It gives you hints what gifts might be appropriate, right? Bloody bronze key. I think I know what that is for. The statue appears to be inert.
Looks like a golem, doesn't it? An actual
Yes.
golem. And not a statue at all. I wonder how it ended up here of all places.
Dulevgar. Nothing happens. Apparently either the rod's not working or the code word is incorrect. Interesting. The golem is unresponsive to the controller and command words you acquired from Felix. Perhaps there's a survivors in the village who could shed some light on the golem's current state. Mayhaps. Wait, I'm an idiot. I should have just saved, then I wouldn't have had to run back. And I could have instead just loaded.
I'm off.
Ooh. Strange crystal cluster. Also, there's a lot of people in here. So I suppose let's loot the rest. I mean, explore the rest of the town first. Oh, there's not much. Literally just this one chest. Alrighty then. That's kind of it, isn't it? Yeah. Alrighty. Small flawed natural crystal. Who uses fucking crystals? There's only those three classes, right? Warrior, mage, and rogue. So who uses those crystals then? Oh, it's probably something like the doggo. As in a companion of a class that you can't play yourself.
On it.
Stop. Slay them all. Now we get our hands dirty.
Behind you!
Make him be brave. You just run while you can. Run while you can. Come and get it. And you shall pay. Begin the onslaught.
How about you then?
Back. Your ruling stays with dignity, fool. It's your time to die. You will learn to fear me! Aha! Oh, this should be good! I am not... Another battle I see. Defend yourself! Wipe them out! Here comes trouble! You will learn to fear me! It's your time to die! Now we get our hands dirty. Let's end this! Run while you can! I approve.
Yeah, that's right. What did I tell you? Going. Going.
Message in a barrel.
All right.
Dun. Wilhelm's special brew. Special brew. A gift for Ogren again.
Here they come.
Well, only one of them is coming, but I get what you were trying to say.
Stop.
Now this should be fun!
See them all. Let us end all our hands up. Your time to die. Enough. Too easy. Tear them apart. I am your death. Wipe them out. Frosty and you shall pay!
Now this should be fun! Kiss, kiss!
Back! As you wish. Ah! Fools! You will learn to fear me!
All right, I'm game!
You cannot win!
Grey Waters!
That man tried to fireball me.
Where do I go?
Now we get our hands dirty. Oh! I cannot be defeated.
Keep going. I'm off. Yes.
A glowing crystal, you say? Once again. Oh, interesting. Hello there.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us?
No. Doubt anyone thought you were still alive. I wasn't sent by anyone. No, I'm a Grey Warden. Look for whoever owned that statue outside. I doubt anyone thought you were still alive.
I suppose I should be grateful that someone came at all, then. Thank you. But if you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking.
Merch told me about this place, actually.
A merchant? Why would a merchant... Oh. Think I see. This is about shale, isn't it? I should have known.
I don't think I want to step into that.
That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance!
Killed your father? What do you mean?
My father's name was Wilhelm. Mage to the Arls of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais, and what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake shale up, well, it's yours now.
Except the rod doesn't work, nothing happens. Is there anything else you could tell me about this golem? I'm curious about this place, actually. Where are we, this great immortal master? Is there anything else you could tell me about this golem?
My mother never talked about it much. I was just a small child when my father died. Look, I know you probably have more important things on your mind, but I really need your help.
Of course.
I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
How do you know she's still alive? What killed this man who went after her? That's a good question.
There are defenses my father put down here to keep strangers out. I knew about the barrier. I had the key for that, but the rest of it, well, we never came down here. Ever.
How do you even know she's still alive? Why would I want to risk myself? I want to know how to activate that golem. Let's see if I can find her. How do you know she's still alive?
I don't. It's true. I'm terrified that something's happened to her and she's lying in there, injured. I can't leave here until I know for certain. Surely you can understand that.
Let's see if I can find her, sure.
You will?
Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
I somehow expected not to be able to just walk back out again. Decades-old letter. Madam, I can assure you that the Circle of Magi is not a sacrilegious institution and that, indeed, we operate under the supervision of the Chantry. It would make our investigation of your husband's death much easier if you would simply cooperate with us. I'm disappointed to hear that you sold the Golem's activation rod. I understand both it and your husband were of invaluable aid to King Merrick during the war against Olay. Without the rod, we cannot discern whether William's golem was responsible for his murder. The golem will simply have to remain where it is unless the villagers can find a means to destroy it. Our condolences to you and your son for your loss. I imagine it is of little consolation to you, but your husband is much admired here and will be missed. May he keep you, First Enchanter Arlen.
Why won't she come back, or at least yell out? I don't understand!
Can you... I want to know how to activate that golem.
How to activate it? We just used the control rod and the code phrase. Or did Mother give them the wrong...
Apparently.
I wouldn't be surprised. She said she never wanted to see Shale activated again. Bring back Amelia and I'll gladly tell you the proper phrase, if you really want it.
Tell me more about your father.
I was so young when he died, I hardly remember. All I know is he was a fine mage and a healer. What he needed this laboratory for, or why the Circle of Magi let him be out here, I honestly have no idea. Not really.
About the defenses.
We never came down here after my father died. My mother was too frightened. The barrier was supposed to keep most people out, and those who got past it dealt with whatever lies ahead. I can only imagine what my father was doing that he needed to be so careful. I'm not sure I want to know.
Alright, let's see if I can reach her.
Please help.
34 decks. 36 decks. Oh! I did not realize that she's mostly naked. I sold all the leather. Ah, classic. Who needs armor, right? It's overrated.
Right.
Oh, that seems fun and not at all a problem. Yep, it doesn't sound ominous at all. I bet we'll be fine. Just fine. And the dead man there also is not a sign of bad stuff happening at all.
Run while you can! Begin the onslaught! Now it's the master! Oh, this could be good!
I guess that worked. Just shoot shit until it dies. Ash Wraith. Legend has it that when Andraste's ashes were taken into hiding, some of her closest disciples gave themselves to the fire, that their restless souls may remain to guard a final resting place forever. Whether they are the spirits of Andraste's disciples or merely fate spirits, the temple that houses the sacred urn is filled with wraiths. Wait, what? Is this the temple? No. Created from burnt corpse, an Ash Wraith is a powerful and amorphous opponent able to lash and smother while being immune to most physical attacks. What? Even if successfully dispersed, it can reform at a later time. Magic is the only real way to fight such a creature, wind and ice decks being the most useful. They are capable of creating small wormholes that are devastating to anyone unfortunate enough to get close. Their touch leaves a person drained. I don't think that's what I just fought. Strength, dex, attack. Boop.
All right.
Journal of Enchanter Wilhelm. 13 Pluy Tennis. The interrogation of the demon is going well and is rather fascinating, provided that what he is saying is true. I have sent all my research so far to First Enchanter Arden, and while he is concerned about my safety, he does not think there's a reason to stop just yet. All I hope is that the Templars do not discover what I am doing. How will we ever find another way to deal with the demonic possession of the Chantry does not let us research it. 20 Illuviesta. Young Matthias nearly wandered down here again today, and this time I forgot to leave the barrier up. I believe I will key the defenses to ignore anyone of my blood. I would rather have the boy stumble into the laboratory than have him killed by my forgetfulness. Poor lad, all he wants is to know why his father spent so much time beneath the tower. I will spend more time with him soon, I swear it. Spoilers? He did not. 28 Illuviesta. Shale is acting strangely. I wonder if I should discontinue my experiments upon it. I am so near breakthrough, I am certain. Perhaps it's best if I focus on the demon. Did he experiment with having a golem possessed by a demon? 2 Metronellus. The demon almost managed to get away again. Tricky. I shall have to be more careful. Young Eamon sent a letter asking me to return to Redcliffe. I shall have to consider it soon. 11 Metronellus. Could it be? What an intriguing discovery, especially considering that the demon was attempting to keep me from it at all costs. Or did it lead me to that information by seeming to deny it from me? I must discover the truth. 19 Umbralia. I think it is time to dismiss this demon. It is too dangerous for me to continue holding it, and I cannot discount the possibility that it is having some influence over the golem. Or is it my experiments? I will try to deactivate Shale for the time being, and then deal with the demon once and for all. Let it end here. There are no further entries. Interesting. Okay, I guess it wasn't the golem after all, and the demon killed him, eh?
Going.
Is this exclusive to Arcane Warriors or some bullshit? Because it requires strength, but it's definitely doing magic shit.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like to be in trees? Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
So which of you is the demon? Oh, it's the girl. God, yourself, your father was worried.
Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and...
Oh, okay, she's possessed.
Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
That cat finds me distracting?
She's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
Great. Fucking great. It's not really a cat, is it?
Of course she's a cat. She just talks, that's all.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
Like all things in life. I don't think this talk to this creature is safe, Amalia. Amalia, you need to return to your father.
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
That's a problem. Now, what have you done to her?
I have done nothing. I am all but powerless. The mage made sure of that, didn't he? I cannot leave this chamber. No, Amalia found me. After decades of isolation, her company is... welcome. It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl.
No.
Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
Let you have the girl, you mean possess her?
That's such a crude way of putting it. I do not wish to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Is that so wrong?
Yes, it is. Let you go, but you need to leave the girl. Persuade, lie, I'll free you. You can have the girl very well. Tell me how you free her. Then, yes, it's wrong.
But Kitty wants it.
Then you reject my proposal?
Yes, I'm taking the girl to her father right now. Absolutely, demon. I've killed better than you. Persuade, lie. No, I free you. What do you care about the girl? I'll help you. Give me some time. Absolutely, demon. I've killed better than you.
No, Kitty!
You will not take the child from me. She shall be mine forever.
I thought you couldn't leave that body. Oh, you cannot leave the room. Another one of these fuckers, eh?
Another battle, I see. I am not. It's your time to shine. You will learn to fear me. Run while you can. Wipe them out! Another battle, I see.
And that's a dead girl, I suppose. Fuck! I didn't save the girl. Oh well. Call of Shattered Dreams. That is so mean. Okay, do not walk into there. So how do I... I should have lied to her, apparently. Oh, that was too late. Oh shit. Oh well, I guess I'll have to live with that. So that puzzle is to drop the barrier, which I don't have to do now. Oh well. Wait, what?
Shall we?
Do 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 do. I'm sorry, your daughter's dead.
Is she in there? Why hasn't she come back?
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead. Oh, my poor butterfly. Thank you for finding her, at least. I'm grateful. The phrase to activate Shale is Dulan Han. If you still want that bloody thing. I wouldn't if I were you. Now I guess I'll go.
Wait, can he use the crystal shit?
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod.
Not the voice I accepted.
Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
Hello to you too. How do you know I'm not a mage? I don't just stumble across this. You could be more thankful, you know.
It thinks I should be thankful. Well, of course it does. Why would it not? I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Oh, you poor dear. That would be really, really boring.
And the villagers had no idea they were being watched. Creepy.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Gollum.
Another mage, I see. Charming. I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
I take it that wouldn't concern you.
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Do you have a name?
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Gollum. Gollum, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Gollum and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Gollum, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
It certainly does, right in its end.
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Oh no. I don't like where this is going.
Then order me to stop, or go away, or just order me, please.
Then be silent.
And, Nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is broken?
Can it be fixed?
I don't know. I thought the rod simply was. It certainly worked well enough to reanimate me. I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no?
No.
What did it intend to do with me?
Because why not? I hadn't given it much thought. I can think of many uses for a personal golem.
May I ask what sorts of things it gets up to for which I could be so potentially useful?
I'm a Grey Warden. I'm in need of aid against the Blight. Adventurer of sorts. Killing Darkspawn primarily.
The Darkspawn are an evil that must be destroyed, it's true. Though not as evil as the birds. Damnable feathered fiends. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
Welcome to come with me. Are you going to keep calling me it? Oh, that's a good question.
Yes, very likely.
What do you want to do?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Is that not enough?
You killed your former master.
Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded and barked orders. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, "Gollum, stop crushing my head." Ah!
I notice you don't call him it.
Yes, I'm just funny that way.
I fucking hate you. How do I know you can be trusted?
I have no idea. How does it trust anything else without a control rod?
Oh, I have a control rod. If you know what I mean. My other friends aren't made of stone. That's so racist. Good point.
They haven't killed it yet. I consider this a good sign.
You're welcome to come with me.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous.
Coward. Thanks for stating the completely obvious. I think of it as a portable battering ram.
Point. Better it than me, anyhow.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I'm John, pleased to meet you. Shale, is that supposed to be a joke? Is that your name or what you're made of?
It would rather I was called Flint. Pebbles. How about Rubble?
I'll go with Rubble. Rubble sounds fun. Oh my god, I hate that they only level when they're with you. So essentially, nobody will ever level up. Alistair disapproves, Shale disapproves, War? Oh, fuck you too. What can I say? I have a heart of stone. The golems of Ozima once made up the vanguard of the dwarves' army, holding back the tides of darkspawn that flooded out of the deep roads. But the art of making them was lost. Many of them succumbed to wear and damage in battle. Shale has no memories either of the time spent fighting in the deep roads or of coming to Honleath. Only a few spotty and bitter recollections of its last master. John unearthed Shale's control rod and awakened it, adding a bitter malfunction goaling to the menagerie of companions. Oh my god, I actually have to walk out. Oh, Oh, I can't go back there. Interesting. Lightning damage. Interesting. Alright, so that's what those things were for.
Huh. Yes.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Yes, indeed, indeed. Of course. Oh, fucking course.
Alright, battle it is then. Begin the onslaught. Wipe them out. Oh, this should be good.
Why is Alistair not going attacking? Oh, it does it. Oh no. Oh well, guess the others are all dead. Oopsie.
I shall. So be it.
Oh, I guess one of them survived. Sad face.
Yes. I'm off. Our tribe fights for you, Warden.
All right. Not exactly the soundbite I expected there. Down by the misty mountain cold. Bounty hunters, eh? I was going to say something along the lines of, I wonder who they're looking for. But they turned hostile faster than I could say that. Which is, once again, kinda funny.
It's your time to die!
I shall.
I shall.
All right.
Violence is not the answer. Violence is a question. And the answer is yes.
Look at all these people hawking their wares. It's almost like a little city.
Bloody dwarves will argue themselves into poverty if they aren't
I
careful.
imagine you have already
Says
composed
the
a
dwarf.
suitable ballad to commemorate the events at Redcliffe, Leliana.
Why would I do such a thing?
You have taken up your instruments once again, have you not? So to speak. A bard takes events of great import and puts them to tale.
What happened at Redcliffe was horrible. So many people died, and they were violated by unimaginable evil forces.
That was not so difficult, was it? You may wish to add music, however.
You make it sound as if you enjoyed what happened there. I can barely stomach to think of it.
But we were successful in the end. Victory without cost has little worth.
I just think of what that poor little boy went through. No, I don't want to glorify what happened there.
Then who will learn from these events? I would think on it some more, were I you.
Oh, you wish to talk to me?
No.
Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant.
You live on the surface?
Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzamar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone. But they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
How often do you restock?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
Never mind, I should go. I can't trade with him?
Best of luck to you.
That's weird.
You're wasting your time.
There are
Only
other places
dwarves
to
are
sell.
allowed
I don't
doors
have to
in
come
Mark.
back here.
Oh, I kind of thought that was interactable for some reason.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest selection of previously owned armour and weaponry this side of Val Royeaux.
Previously owned?
Why pay through the nose for new equipment when you can buy like new for much, much less?
That's a good question. Isn't it? Where do you get like new armor from?
Here and there. Look, that's really not important. The important thing is, it's cheap. And just as good as what you'd find at a smithy.
Let me take a look.
Of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
Oh. Remarkable. Shale has a preference for the 9 remarkable gemstones. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, William's special brew is a gift. Special brew. For Orgren. I think I checked that already earlier. Boop.
They think they're isolated now? Merchants won't risk
How am I
this
supposed to
happening
live
again.
with no crafts to sell? I'll be ruined.
Oh.
What business would the mighty Grey Wardens have with a man like me?
Wait, how do you know? Here on behalf of the Blackstone Regulars.
Oh? What was this about?
Here stole supplies from the guild.
How sad it is to see a Grey Warden manipulated.
Yeah, very
But
much.
I have no time to straighten this out for you. Men, let's teach the Grey Warden a lesson about trust.
Oh. Isn't it very sad when you're shooting someone and they don't even notice that you're there?
I've never seen an elf.
How are we supposed to live like this? I have buyers waiting.
Looks like the fighting's finally started.
All right, I think that's a good point to call it. Oh my god, now I'm getting a headache too now. I shouldn't have streamed. Anyway, I'm still enjoying this game, and I hope so do you. I'm very likely going to stream tomorrow, afternoonish European time. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is for you. Time zone appropriate farewells and nerd out.